two honks together. You might hear something about the NBA. Maybe they'll just make your day on two honks, together. It's sports and life and family too. Let's all listen to two honks and a Kevin. Yeehaw!
All right.
That never gets old.
All right.
It doesn't ever get old.
So it is December 30th. Looks like it's going to be the last show of the year.
It
Yes,
is.
sir.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Crazy
What's up?
2020.
Could you guys hear that?
Hear what?
Oh, I heard our theme song again.
Oh,
But
dude.
I think it's because I clicked on Facebook to see if our stream was up.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
what is that? Anyways, my bad. I was like,
I'm
did I
slaying.
just screw something up? Is this going to
Right.
be Blake Sucks at Technology again?
Part 3.
So yeah, man, last pod of the year, huh?
Yeah, I think, it couldn't have come fast enough, right?
Everybody's ready to
What?
get 2020 over.
Oh man. Well, and it's crazy that we really have been potting all throughout this too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I know we've kind of talked about it before, but it's like I remember when the Corona first hit, and we were kind of like, "What is this?" When the NBA canceled, like we were going on the air, and I think the NBA was like, "We're done," and I was like, "What?" And here we are. They're still trying to play, but it's a new season.
I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
already a new NBA season. We've
Yeah.
seen a 2-month break, and they're back at it again. Damn their
crazy.
Achilles.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
funny
Maple.
about the whole 2020 thing, I was talking to my mother-in-law the other day. She was talking about this time capsule she was putting together. And she basically started her time capsule with talking about the NBA and Rudy Gobert. And she does not know anything about that, right? But that's what
Really?
all said it. That was the day that everything just kerplunk, right?
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
what Rudy Gobert is going to be the most famous for. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of cool to see how she was trying to, create a timeline so other people can go back and look at that memory of what we're going through today.
Right.
Well, back
Yep.
then. So
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's been a whirlwind of a year, that's for sure.
yeah,
Yeah. You see, so I have us on live on Facebook, but I added the Discord link. So if people want to jump in the Discord,
Okay.
so
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I just shared it on Facebook. I just said we live.
Yeah.
So
right.
if you guys got any questions out there, want us to talk about anything?
yeah. You
We-
can go on Discord,
Hit us
or
up.
you can, I guess, just chat in the Facebook box there. The old
Yeah.
We are evolving. This literally took me 40 minutes to get started last week.
it
Uh,
It did.
and nobody ever wants to be that guy, and you're like, "Hey, it's all on you right now.
I'm gonna adjust
Let's do
the,
this. We're
I'm gonna adjust
tired."
the view because there we go. Now we can see all of Kevin
There you go.
there.
Oh, there we go.
First he was like one of those Egyptian princesses, but like you can
Oh, you
only
couldn't
see
see
half
him.
head.
Nice.
gotta get that whole big head in there.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh, it looks like we got. Let me let him in, Jared.
Oh, Jared in the
Hey,
What up,
house.
boys?
We got guests. We got
What to
guests.
do?
Snowing up here. Is it snowing down your way?
It
Bottom,
is.
man.
It is.
It's
My
coming
kids are
down pretty
outside
hard,
playing.
man.
I know. We
Are
just
they?
got
Are
our
they?
pod.
Yeah.
We just got our pod
Go ahead, Kevin.
stimulus, and it's Jared popping in. We just got our stimulus, guys.
It's the $600 version, not the $2,000.
$600. Yeah.
Nice.
We don't even have to ask for it. He just pops in.
Right.
Just like this.
Right?
Oh, it's in my account now.
You just never know.
Yeah. It's always exciting though. I'm like, oh hey, Jared's here.
So Jared,
Hey, hold on one second. So I was jealous that you guys were doing a podcast without me. So I went out and I got me one of these things, so I could be part of the two dorks podcast
There
and
we
call
go.
myself a gamer.
So what is your review on that?
Yes.
For those that aren't watching on video, that was the I don't even know the name of it.
Oculus.
The virtual, yeah, the Oculus. It's awesome. Like, you have to say it's awesome because it is. Like, there's so many, and I haven't bought any games on it. Like, to be honest with you, we're trying to decide if we want to take it back or not, because for the price, I feel like we can get the Switch and it allows all of us to play, where that it's just one player and the kids are already fighting over it, and it was bought for me. So but it's also really cool. I mean, like, I did something the other day just trying to find some new stuff on it, and it was something like, climbing Mount Everest or something like that. So it starts off like this guy's kind of talking, and you're just like, what the heck? And then you start like turning around, and you realize like you're walking on a path with some people, and then they're talking to you about Mount Everest, and and then they take you on kind of the climb, and then they kind of show you areas where they have to stop and rest and wait on the weather. So I just found myself like 20-30 minutes later being like, this is pretty amazing. Now I say it's amazing. My only thing about it is that, like, I feel like it's the first iPhone. Only in the graphics department. Like, I can't believe it's not crystal clear, right? Like,
Right.
Richard, you may know more about it, but like, this is where I know there's some that you can hook up to a computer apparently, and you can get better resolution and whatnot. Yeah. But this is still pretty, like, it's not HD. It's kind of like watching basketball growing up, probably, or not basketball, but just watching stuff growing up. It's not as crisp.
Watching 30 for 30s.
Yeah. But
so can you buy multiple ones and like play the same game or go on the same hike or do whatever together, or are they solely separate?
I'm not 100% sure. I think someone told me that. Richard, you may know. Richard, do you know?
You can play online games with them. As long as you have the Facebook account and the game itself is online generated, like a Call of Duty or something like that. You can play with other players, and you can all puke together.
Right?
Yeah,
dude, shoot.
It'll make you nauseous. There's some roller coasters on there that's it's pretty cool. It's definitely a cool experience. Next time we have fights, y'all come over. we'll be geeking out on those bad boys because they are pretty cool. But I did a roller coaster where while you're on the roller coaster, you shoot at targets, and I couldn't wait for it to be over. Like, it was so funny because my emotions throughout the whole thing was like, this is so awesome. This is so cool. And then I was like, am I going to play this again? I don't know if I am. And then by the end of it, I was like, I'm kind of glad that's over because it made me nauseous, So right. But like, it really is. It's funny to kind of talk crap about something that is so cool, but it really is cool. Like, the whole, it's just a glimpse of the future. I mean, it's a pretty cool piece of technology, that's for sure.
Have you tried watching any NBA games with it, or Netflix, or anything like that?
No, no, I really haven't messed with it much. I really need to. Maybe I'll try to tonight some more. But I think I tried to click on YouTube TV, and I think something started popping up. But I don't know. There's also that part of me. It's like I look at computer screens all day and probably look at my phone all day, and then I come home and I literally just suck this thing to my eyeballs, right. And I'm just like, dude, I don't know if I really want my eyes to go through this right now,
Right.
So I kind of need a break from it, but yeah, it's if I was giving a review on it, I feel like the battery dies a little quick on it. It's like by the time the third kid gets an opportunity, I feel like it's starting to die. Yeah, so there's definitely some negative aspects to it, but just like everything, I guess.
Yeah, I remember when they first had that out, and they had made ones for like Samsung phones, where basically phone into it and kind of use the phone's computing power. I imagine it's probably similar, but instead of a phone, it's just probably like a little processor and stuff like that, and that's probably why you don't get the high end graphics. And you probably have to consider too. You're probably looking at battery life too. You just mentioned battery life. Better the graphics, the more it's probably get hot and all that.
Right.
If you were to get because like you said, the ones that are with the computer, those can get pretty intense. The ones for like the Steam and all that. So I'd imagine this one's more for the one that you got is more for non-traditional gamers who just kind of want to experience.
Yeah, it's like the Wii. Is kind of how I explained it.
Absolutely.
Like it's, you can do some stuff and work out on it, and like there's a ping pong game. I thought like if I do buy a game, I might buy that. But I don't know. It always comes down to the same thing. Like, am I really going to sit there and take the time? Oh, I'd tear up some bowling. They have like Top Golf. I mean, there's some games on there where I could see, but once again, it's like it'd be more fun doing it with a buddy or something. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just sitting there playing golf by myself, it's just like it's not that fun, And if you do have somebody with you, I'm assuming you're probably taking off the headset and doing that over. It just it has its purpose. I definitely don't think it's the gamer's device. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of the cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody here has seen the show. It was a book first, but then they turned it into a movie called Ready Player One.
My wife loves that book and movie.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I got there's a new book out, Ready Player Two. I got for Christmas, so I look forward to reading that one. But yeah, it's kind of, if you ever watch it, it'll probably give you a good idea of where we're probably headed.
Yeah, I mean, it's in. I think I mentioned it once on a podcast. Of course, it was Joe Rogan, but he had somebody on there, and they were talking about how, like, how we're all becoming isolated and how we're all communicating through video and all that, to where it just everything becomes a simulation of something. Like and then you get sucked into, you put headphones or eye goggles on, basically, and you just get sucked into this whole nother world. And it just, once again, I mean, to some people, that they like that. They like being alone or whatever. But I definitely think we're all missing the atmosphere, the connection, the mingling of each other.
Nah.
Except for you, Richard.
Yeah.
Richard's like, the world never changes. First of all,
he's like, I'm good.
Hold on. Everybody's had a crappy 2020. Richard has done nothing but thrived.
Living his best life.
He's got like 3 new jobs. He keeps getting raises. Like, he has every video game system you could imagine.
Yeah, fortunately. Yeah. Yeah.
Food is delivered to him all the time.
All that's left is to dominate in fantasy basketball.
Bring it on. Yeah. The league has started. Who won first week?
Not I.
I got a victory. All 3. Oh, so Kevin. You and Jerry.
Jerry laid the smackdown on me.
Was it bad?
Category.
Nah, I thought LeBron was going to give me I think I was 4 or 5 assists away.
Yeah.
And Jerry pulled out just enough. Yeah. Yeah.
So here's the deal. I think it's this year is seriously going to be I think everybody's going to be close. And you can tell that by the waiver wire. Mm-hmm. There's nobody on the waiver wire. I mean, we're all picking up someone just to give us 10 points, maybe 4 rebounds. I picked up Bol one day.
Whoa. Everybody's working it.
Because I saw him preseason, he got a double-double, and I was like, oh, sweet. I put him in, he played 0 minutes. I was like, dang
Absolutely.
it. I look like the rookie over here. So, so I think it's going to be a fun league, man. Everyone seems to be into it, too.
Yeah, it's definitely something to do, and it's more fun. How do you guys think the NBA season is going? I love the setup. It's kind of like baseball, to where you kind of intermingle with this team for a couple games, and then you go and play another set in a different city. How you guys like that?
I think it's good. I mean, I think it's fun just to kind of get it. It kind of adds. I mean, did you guys not? I mean, if you watched the Pacers Boston game last night, did you not get a little bit of that had a little playoff feel to it? It was physical. It was tough. It was the second game they had played. Boston had been sitting, in their Conrad hotel room for the last 2 days, not able to go and do anything, and then only get to play basketball. And I mean,
I will say, I think that's ridiculous. I know these dudes get paid millions of dollars, but you can't treat them like caged animals to where if they go to a dinner with somebody that they now have to be, locked in a cage for another 14 days. Like, if one of them, I mean,
they should be able to go. Yeah,
dude, you can't. I mean, they've got lives, they've got family. It's a job, right? Like they still have.
But isn't that why they're being successful right now? They have no cases so far. They're good. It's just been like warnings. Like, isn't that what it's all about?
I guess, and maybe that's what you have to do to keep the cases down. But I don't know, man. I just think there's that kind of human aspect of it too, to where it's just like you can't just make them stay in.
Way too famous to be able to go out, and especially with as fewer people that are out now. Like, I mean, like every time there's some senator or some mayor or person who's super cracked down the whip, on his community, and the second he's at a bar or a restaurant for like 5 seconds without a mask, it's in the paper, it's on the internet, it's on the news.
But and you know what? They created that.
Absolutely.
They created that. So now you got to, that's what sucks about it. Now it's like, it's affecting, athletes and, whoever else, right? It's just like, yeah. So I don't, yeah. I mean, just hearing enough of the players talk about the bubble and just how, like, dude, like I had some dark nights, man. Like I needed, I wanted to see my kids. I remember LeBron James saying that he was pacing the halls at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And he was like, he goes, dude, I was like picturing my kids coming around the corner, like running in my arms. He was like, he's like, it was tough, man. Like we were literally in a bubble, so,
right.
But I mean, I guess to counter that, it's, hey guys, this is what you're signing up for. If you want to play this season, these are the requirements that we ask of you, So I do get that, but I think there should be, a little bit of a balance here, and but I've always thought that, so.
Yeah, man, but I mean, I've loved it. I mean, you're gonna have nights like, you're gonna have games like the Bulls and the Clippers in Dallas, where it's a 50-point blowout at the half, and then But then you have other games where, I mean, both the Pacer Boston games were just, I mean, they were up there. I mean, they were I mean, down to the wire. Both games. So, I mean, it's one of those things. So, I mean,
yeah, I mean, from everything I've seen, and this is why it drives me crazy when people say that the NBA players don't play defense, they don't play hard. I'm telling you, man, I see everybody giving effort. I mean, I really do, because that's what I always say is like, man, these guys have the biggest egos in the world, and they do not want to get shown up. They do not want to get crossed over or whatever. Like these guys, I mean, KD took one from Terry Rozier that was like, oh my gosh, right? I felt like Patrick Ewing would have ducked out of the way, and KD did not care. It went right for it and got posterized, dude. I mean, it was, and Terry Rozier, man, that dude, that's a bad dude, man. He's got a little swagger about him too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
I don't think Paul George has any pride.
Here comes the Paul George hate.
I don't even care. Y'all get me all worked up about Paul George again. I keep defending that guy like I think he's the greatest player in the world. I really don't think he's that. I think he's good, but like I just would rather have him over Reggie Miller. That's all. But apparently I'm not allowed to have that opinion.
No, it was the way you said it. You said he was the best person to ever put on an Indiana Pacers uniform, and that's not fair to say that. No, it's not fair, because you can't even compare careers.
5 years to 18 years
for what he did for Indiana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and
he's a better player. Yeah, and I agree, he's a better player. But as far as Indiana, the best player is always going to be Reggie.
But we talk about player though, like you can't just look at the stats of a person. Like it's you know, Reggie Miller for so long was I can't even. I'm done.
He's exhausted. He can't even do it seriously.
No,
Kevin,
it was your drink, bro.
It was your
Panda
drink, Kevin.
Express.
Huh?
How many podcasts have we done? We've only digressed. I can't even talk. Oh my gosh, dude! It was so loud. He's
It
like,
was
awesome.
so loud. The straw went up and down.
yes. I
Wasn't
was just waiting for
anything.
Richard. Richard's like, I'm done. I can't even.
Cut it.
Remember the one time he was eating potato chips or something? What
Nah, that was sunflower seeds.
Oh
Yeah.
you might as well have been like wrapping a gift or something.
You're right.
Oh, that's so funny. So what were you saying, Richard?
I say I was I was kind of trying to make the point of like as a player, it's not strategically about numbers all the time, right? You know, you have to look at too. I think you hear interviews from Jermaine O'Neal, who sole purpose to come to Indiana was to give Reggie Miller a championship.
Right.
No, that is the inspiration that Reggie Miller had, not on just other players, but the state. You look at all those Pacers versus Knicks rivalries that went on in the '90s, and
Right.
Paul George loses by 50, and his responses is just one game. It's one game. It's one game. You got whooped.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, of course, I'm trying to ruffle feathers sometimes when it comes to that stuff too, because everybody loves Reggie Miller. But and I knew it'd get a little, but I like the conversation of if I got Reggie Miller standing in front of me and I got Paul George, y'all can't tell me Paul George isn't the player because he can do everything Reggie can do. Plus, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's more athletic, yada yada. But the problem is when I say the Indiana jersey or whatever, because it's like no, like that's like saying Philip Rivers is better than Peyton Manning, right? So I get the other point of it, but yeah, but I also say that because I really think we had a great player in Paul George, and we should have done whatever we needed to do to keep him. So that's a little bit of my frustration with it, I guess.
Let me ask a question about that, and it's kind of an interesting thing. I was looking over how players are ranked all time, and for the past several years, I'd say 10 years, this year including, Reggie Miller has entered the top 50 players in NBA history every time that discussion was held.
Isn't that crazy?
Now this time he was ranked like 49th or something like that. So I think he's moving out. Would you rank Paul George as a top 50 player in NBA history?
No, not yet.
Not
and look,
yet.
What's that?
Not in totality yet. He hasn't done enough in his short career to warrant that. I don't think.
Right. And look, and a lot of my opinion on Paul George goes back before he broke his leg and then he hurt his shoulder. Mm-hmm. I think he was going to be like one of the top dogs in the NBA. I really think his game has all the aspects. So that's why I'm kind of like y'all sleeping on Paul George. Like I was so excited to draft him in our fantasy because I was like, last year doesn't count. Like he came back at the end and he wasn't healthy. So, but look, Reggie Miller is going to stand out more than Paul George. Because of what he did here at Indiana. The whole choking thing, the Spike Lee thing, the kicking of the leg thing, like, and well, but like seriously, but he's known for that. I mean, they talk about it every broadcast, right? Yeah. He's the one. He created the stupid flop. Yeah. Y'all mad at James Harden? Be mad at your boy, okay?
Hey, but the aspect that PG is missing, that you keep saying that he has everything, is the leadership. Ever since he left Indiana, he hasn't been the best player on his team. So
Where'd he go?
Yeah,
Well, I don't know. I mean, he may be
OKC,
better.
and then OKC, and then the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Both were not his team, so it's just like I felt like it would have been more beneficial for him if he would just had stayed. Right, his
Yeah.
legacy would be a lot better if he would just stayed. But you make that decision, and he had to make that decision, and I get that decision. He didn't know us anything.
So do you say the same thing about Kevin Durant, or was he the best man on every team he's been on?
He wasn't. I feel like he was the best player in those finals that he was in. You get what I'm
I think he's
saying?
the best. I think he's the best player in the NBA. He just
Yeah,
hasn't.
that's what I'm saying.
But
Like
somehow
he,
LeBron keeps winning.
yeah.
So
I mean,
maybe he's not.
nobody could stop him on those finals teams. I would say he was the best player on those teams with Steph as a former MVP too. You know,
Yeah.
I think PG falls in that like McGrady category for right now to me.
Yeah. I wouldn't label him a superstar. I mean, I don't know. He's got his own shoe, for crying out loud. Everybody that's got their own shoe is a superstar. I mean, when you have a signature shoe, you're kind of somebody. But I don't know.
I think for me, it just he lacks a killer instinct, a Mamba,
a Damian Lillard.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like I remember him having that when he was coming up and trying to prove himself in the league. But like when he did the hand slap with
Big Gulp, eh?
That's that Panda extra large.
Well, catch you later. Big Gulp, eh? All right, go ahead, Jared. Sorry.
No, but like he had that, like he had something to prove, and it's like it's almost like now that he's gotten that, he's been recognized as a superstar. He's got his signature shoe line. Like, not to say that he comes out there and loafs, but like that, just like, I mean, you hear stories all the time. I heard a story the other day that Tracy McGrady or somebody, I can't remember who it was their first time playing against Kobe. No, it was Jay Williams. You remember Jay Williams from Duke?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was he told a story of the first time he came to play in Staples. He showed up, way before the game, a couple hours, and Kobe was out there and he went out there and he was like, Kobe was just like it was a game, and I mean he was in a full lather, and he said he asked him later, and he was like, I wanted to show you, or I wanted to show you that I wasn't going to be outworked, or whatever, and like I get it, you don't have to be to that level to be the guy, but like
but that's what it takes.
You've got to, I mean, like just the same as KD, like the guy had he had a burner account on Twitter where he'd go and defend himself. But that wasn't because he just was like trying to argue with people. It's because like he thinks he's that good, and he obviously is. But like he was like, right. I am proving these people right, and I'm saying something about it. I'm not just gonna sit by and not.
Yeah. In the end, everybody wants to defend themselves. Yes. So if you gotta, just because you're a celebrity, I get it. Like, but that's why I mean. Those guys should almost be trained to not to be taught to be, hey, you guys are not allowed to look at comments. You guys can post to social media, but all comments have to be turned off or something, because you're going to pop off and say something stupid eventually. Then you're going to get fined $500,000 from the NBA for some stupid reason. I mean, that's such a tough world. That's another thing that I've heard some people talk about, like even with LeBron James, is that like he's had to carry on this greatness with social media, where a lot of these players in the past have not. And I mean, that is a whole nother, that's a whole nother thing, So
absolutely.
And it's a thing that they can benefit from too, though, because then, they can do endorsements and do sponsorships and all that on their Instagram page or whatever. But
yeah, I mean, they create their own brand, they control the narrative, they do all that. And so, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse. It's it has its good and it has its bad, and
Right.
I think they're kind of figuring out, kind of like we've talked about in our text thread. Like, I mean, it is a players' league. They control it. I mean, they are the talent. They are, the commodity that, and without them, these billion-dollar owners are nothing. But at the same time, without these billion-dollar owners, so it has that give and the take that, they both need to recognize and understand and be able to, come to some agreement to that, they can work it out. So,
I'm real interested to see what the future looks like, especially with all these players sitting out. We kind of talked about it on our group chat a little bit. Like, is it is it going to get to the point where the organizations are like, hey, this is my Ferrari, and I'm only, I don't want to drive it all the time, but I want to use it wisely. I want to make sure the tires are good for the end of the race. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think it was the Bill Simmons podcast. Somebody was talking about how, like, further science and medicine and all that it is showing these guys that they are wearing their bodies down by pushing too hard, and that they need to, they are treating these guys like, sports cars basically. So it's going to be interesting to see how, because there's part of me that just says, my God, guys, you all can play on back-to-back nights. Like, all the greats before you have done it. Like, what are we doing? But then every other day you hear about somebody tearing an ACL or hurting their meniscus or whatever,
Yeah, I think in reality, I think if anything, playoffs has shown us is all you got to do is get to the playoffs, right? I mean, if you're a team and you can just make it to the playoffs,
just like the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, how many times has the wild card won the whole thing? I mean,
Yep.
It's as long as you can get to the playoffs,
you have a chance.
You have a good chance. The key is to make sure that chemistry's there, right? So maybe you rest that player beginning half, and then maybe last couple months you play him a little bit more to make sure that chemistry is where it needs to be. But yeah, I'm okay with it, I guess. And I think it's unfortunate, especially when they go back to having audiences where you'll have people pay a ticket to go see a specific player. May or may not play now. So does that hurt ticket sales in the end? I don't know.
Yeah, that's always the debate, I guess, because there's part of me that says, like, do they even want fans? I mean, surely they want fans because of the money, but, like, I've kind of gotten used to watching it without fans. But I will say this: when I'm scrolling through old Instagram and ESPN shows some highlight of a basketball play when, in the past, and there's a crowd there and you hear that celebration, it's the greatest. Like, there's no better feeling, right? Just that everybody together just going crazy. Like, it's the best thing about sports, So I will say I do miss that.
Yeah, me too.
But I do like how you can hear them on the court. You can hear them talking. Yeah.
I was watching some compilation video of, like, superstars and their last basket they made, before they retired. And obviously it was all pre-pandemic. And so it was some pretty cool videos. And obviously with the, Mamba and,
oh yeah,
not Carmelo, but Dwayne Wade and when the Banana Boat Boys all showed up down in
Banana Boat Boys.
When they showed up down there and and you're right. It's so different when it is, with a crowd. And, like, I've even watched a couple games where I'm going, man, if there was a crowd in the building, I think some runs could have extended, or, like, some teams could have gotten, ran out of the building, or, something along those lines. So I think competition-wise, it's good not in there. But obviously, with the players and the owners splitting the ticket sales,
mm-hmm.
they want those people back in there as soon as possible.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, just merchandise and concessions and parking and all that. So
I need to know what Kevin's doing.
Yeah, he's like,
Kevin's
What
slurping down that big gulp, and
is
he
he?
disappeared.
Is he ducking out every time he wants to take a drink now? So we don't say something.
Probably.
he didn't want
So,
to
did you guys get anything exciting for Christmas?
Oh,
So you
got a-
texting us?
yeah. Go ahead, Jared.
I got it's kind of silly for my card collection. I got a little photography booth. It's like a little foldable plastic thing with different like color mats. Is he back?
Uh-oh. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
We can't see you.
Sound like an alien.
Alien. Who that? You?
2020, I knew they were coming. You sound like these.
All right, there we go.
Are you good, Richard? Could you hear him?
I can hear him, but I can't see him.
Oh, Kevin. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he's. Let's see. Kevin, say something for him.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he's not showing up on any of the streams. So.
Nice.
Yeah. So, go ahead, Jared. What did you get?
Oh, I got a little photo booth to take pictures of my cards to post on eBay and things like that. I got a lot of cards and what else? I got another microphone, a little lapel microphone.
Okay.
Kind of
Those are the things I should ask for.
and then eventually I'm getting this mixer. My wife said she ordered it, so it hasn't shown up. It was one of those last minute deals. So, yeah. So I
Nice.
I didn't get an Oculus.
Yeah. Oh, what?
An Oculus. I looked those up. That price tag. Woo!
I know. I was like, what are you doing? I said, don't do this.
Right?
I immediately think we gotta take it back so we can use that money for something else.
Right?
But it's all good, man. You get anything exciting, Richard?
Nothing super exciting. Like, I got a snowblower.
Sounds like a man thing.
Yeah, that's basically. I was like, "Are you trying to tell me something?" Like,
right?
Yeah.
Equivalent of getting her a blender.
You're right. No, yeah, that's okay. Like, I mean, I bought a PS5 and an Xbox. Like, I can't really complain about what I get for Christmas. Okay.
Yeah. I think you already bought your Christmas.
Yeah, so it's all good. Yeah, the kid got me little picture frames, just kid stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I got a snowblower a few years ago. I think I just sold it because I used it like twice, and I don't know. I just felt like by the time I did it with that, I could have already shoveled and it been done, But it definitely saves your back.
Yeah, it's like a little. It's not like a big giant thing. It's I don't know. It's called like an electric shovel or something. So I think it's not like a big honking.
Oh, you're not blowing it or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I haven't needed to use it yet, but it seemed kind of interesting.
Go look outside.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm probably gonna cry. Yep.
you gotta open your blinds sometimes.
Yeah.
Look outside.
Probably a fireball hits our yard, so it melts all the way. Well, other than the Oculus, what about you, Blake?
Dude, my wife always goes above and beyond. She got me some new shoes. I always ask for like 4 different pairs, and I never know which ones I'm going to get. So it's always kind of exciting to open it up and see which ones she got me. She got me some shirts and got some hoodies and stuff. Just kind of some knick-knack stuff, whatever. But I mean, the Oculus thing was kind of my big one. I wasn't expecting it because we had been talked about it on the podcast too about what to get. So, but I think she had already had it. So we've talked about returning that. And she got me some Dre Beats, but I don't really absolutely need them. And I was like, let's just take both of those back and get the Switch, and then we can get a remote with it and maybe some games, and then we can, just everybody can play it, So, but who knows? I think we only have a few days to where the return dates, expired on it or whatever. So
I think those Oculuses have like a weird return policy on them. You may want to look at that.
really, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like you can only return it if it's broken.
Well, I'll drop it.
Yeah,
I already threw the. I was like doing some fighting thing, and I threw the remote, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
You already broke it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
There's Kevin. He's back.
I know, man. I couldn't hear you guys at first. Like I could.
Really?
So Jared had this whole conversation, and I was like, "Oh, he's over here spitting fire," and then all of a sudden he just went out, and I couldn't hear it. So then I
Oh
had
man.
I reset, and I come back in, I couldn't hear anything Blake said. Then I come back in, I couldn't hear anything Richard was saying. So now I think I'm good now.
Okay, is your camera on or off, or what's your camera situation there?
I'm figuring out my life.
There you
There we go.
There it is.
So we were talking about what we got for Christmas. Did you get anything, Kevin?
So I got I told you guys about the beer fridge, right? The new beer fridge.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I don't think I did.
Yeah, I ended up getting a new beer fridge. Now I can fit like 70 cans in that bad boy instead of my. I got literally
you never
got
know
that
when you
old.
need 70 beers on hand.
Yeah, I literally got that like old white college fridge that fits like maybe like a 6-pack in there.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
that was my upgrade this year. So
good for you.
I'm happy with that. I got a whole 30-pack of Natty Ice I can put in there.
You get a 70-pack.
Right? Buy two, get one.
Did you say before we got on the air that you guys got a Peloton bike?
So yeah, well, it's the one comparable to that, right? So we went on Amazon and shopped, and then I'm getting like a. Nah, hell no. We went on Amazon.
Says it the Big Lots version.
No, we ended up spending like $500 on a bike, and I mean, you put like the iPad or your phone on there, and everybody right now is wanting to work on it, trying to get our butts in shape so we can stay on the bike for an hour right now. But yeah, that's a new thing that we're trying to get into, so I can play. That's the good thing about the Switch, Blake. I can play the Switch on the bike.
Yeah, that's true. While you're walking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably a good idea.
That's what we got hooked up in the office right there.
Trying to get in shape for 2021, huh?
Absolutely. So we can get out there. We're already right now looking like you were talking about going over the in-laws' place over in Freedom, Indiana. We're already looking at like, hey, what beach house can we go to that's in like Michigan or Northern Ohio or something? Like, we're ready to go.
Ready to get out, you're saying?
Yeah.
It's just so cold right now, man. It's so cold right now. You can't do it. So do these gloomy days bother you guys at all? Like, I feel like I have been like, just in a crappy mood.
Yes.
Take a nap.
I don't have time for naps, Kevin. Okay.
Obviously,
we've been through this.
Yeah.
We've been through this.
I got clothes to fold at midnight.
Yeah, for real. Like right now, they're on my bed. I got to wrap this up.
See,
so I can go
there you go.
He's got a 37-hour Joe Rogan podcast. He's got to finish.
Yeah,
and I'll listen to Dr. Joe Rogan while I do everything.
Yeah. You always talk about how you don't have time, and it's like, hey, once you get into hour 3 of this podcast, it really gets good.
But I'm doing stuff. But hey, I can't. But I'm not taking a nap while I'm listening.
I would be napping if I listened for a podcast for 3 hours. I'd be napping.
But to me, it's like I'm driving, or like I said, I'm folding laundry. And I turn it back. It's not 3 hours at a time. It takes me like at least 3 days to get through one sometimes. So yeah, that's me though. That's what I like, I guess.
I've already got my trip planned. I don't know if I told you this. I booked a adult only
punch
card, all inclusive Cancun something or another for the last week of April, first week of May.
Nice.
So-
Just you and the wife?
My wife and her siblings and their significant others. So
Right on.
That'd be fun.
there's
That'd be
6
fun.
going, and we got some special Black Friday deal where it's
Nice.
like it was half price. So it was like it's like $1,300, but it's all inclusive: food, drinks,
Wow.
everything. Like
That's what's
So,
up.
so we
all-
didn't go on a vacation this 2020. So how are people doing this? Are they like buying masks to match their swim outfit, or how's that work? Like you get tan lines where the mask is, because I don't think masks are going away.
I know. I know people that have gone to Mexico, and they said the pool is literally the only place they don't wear masks.
Really?
So they're not wearing masks at the pool. So
Yeah, I don't know why they. I mean, I feel like if you're outside and all that, you don't really need to. I mean,
yeah, I guess it depends upon how close up you are, and I don't know.
yeah. Why are we
Yeah.
still so? I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it.
See, because I honestly don't think
It affects
there's
1%
a
of us.
massive. Yeah, it's a massive man. It affects a lot more than 1%. It's got to be more than 1%. But we're not going to be in the maskless world and for forever, dude. Like people are still going to be wearing masks this time next year.
Well, it's obviously not helping because we're still here. Nothing's changed. We just keep closing businesses and putting people out of jobs.
We haven't closed businesses.
There's a lot of businesses closed down because of all
Uh,
this.
I heard something like, aren't all Bed Baths going out of business or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
that's
I mean,
horrible
yeah.
about the pandemic. They were going
They're
away.
going anyway, but
You
yeah.
can't say that. I mean,
No,
dude,
yeah,
they've been.
Amazon is riding all these places out of business. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
realistically, if you're not Amazon or Walmart or Meijer, like
You were
I mean-
doomed anyway.
yeah.
what was
It's
it?
crazy, man.
Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
Whoa.
one- Yeah, I already knew about the one at Keystone Crossing on the north side.
Mhm.
That got shut down last week.
Really.
But I mean, it's like Richard said, everybody's it's online shopping. Like it's never
Yeah.
going away.
Why
If
am
you
I going
didn't,
to Bath and Beyond to spend $100 on a pillow when I can go to Amazon and get it for $20? Like,
yeah,
it
Yeah.
it's the same pillow.
doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
And all the pandemic did was teach people that didn't normally buy like that how to buy like that.
Yeah.
So that's what we say at work. Like this is never going away. This is the bar now. So like
You're probably
Yeah.
right. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's. And then it makes you wonder what they're going to do with all the store. Like, what do you do with the mall? You know, I mean, you just turn it into a car lot. I mean, it's like if you don't need these stores anymore. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you're always going to need stores because people are always going to want to probably look and touch. And I guarantee if you go to the mall right now, it's jam packed. You know, so
Yeah.
it's like
kids
people are still
hanging out.
people are still going out, but.
yeah.
People
Who knows?
walking, doing the old people walking the food court that are our age now.
grabbing Chinese snacks every time they go by the China buffet thing.
Getting the samples.
Yeah, the samples. Yeah. So,
That's awesome.
all right, boys.
Are we ready to wrap or
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how long we've been going.
48 minutes?
48 minutes. I know IU's about to come on.
Okay. I guess we're gonna wrap.
Blake is
then.
yours.
Oh, we don't have to. If we got more, I'm sorry. I thought we were kind of dying down.
We don't have anything else to give, really. It's just, kind of been boring lately. It's been,
Yeah.
everybody's on vacation. I mean, we didn't do a show last week because, like,
It's the,
Christmas
yeah, it's the
and
holiday
stuff.
stuff.
You guys
The
do anything for
holidays.
New Year's?
I might. It's the wife's birthday tomorrow, so
Oh, nice.
doing something around that.
is she 40?
Yep.
Is she what?
Yep.
40.
40.
Yeah, big 4-0. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Amy, on the
Yeah,
podcast. Happy 40.
Big 4-0.
Yeah.
Dang.
Big 40 drop.
Just in time for that midlife crisis.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's her car out there.
Yeah.
It's the car she got this summer.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah,
Well, y'all have a good New Year's, man.
Yep. And I guess we'll be back here next week, right?
Yeah, it should be.
All right.